Yo, what it do? It is Thursday. We only had one shift today at Say Cheese, and so, I had a short day today. Still working, trying to book some states, some different cities. But today is like the perfect day to talk to y'all about money, your thoughts on money. It's perfect for me because, like I said, I don't do these videos just because I want to help others, but I feel like it's therapy for me. So when I think about money, I give you all a few seconds to think about what you think of money. But when I think of money, I think that it's something that should not be associated with becoming rich. I think that when you think of, oh, I want to make money, I want to become rich, I think it takes the experience away. It takes what you can bring to the table as far as what's beneficial to other people, regardless of what type of business or what you do or who you work for. I believe that when you focus too much on the money, it makes you stagnant. And the only way that I can really get you all to understand is kind of like tell you like what my experience with money has been throughout my whole life, and what I've learned as far as money, what I've heard as far as like hiring new people, and them working and having financial issues. I'm surrounded by people that have financial issues. I'm one of them. Um, it it burns a lot of people and it creates a lot of anxiety. When I was growing up, money was I did not have the right impression as far as money. The very first time I ever seen money was when my mom, she was hustling. She was doing her thing, and she was having sex with men, and she would come. She came downstairs one day and wrote on a piece of paper what a $50 bill looked like, what a $20 bill looked like, and she said, "When I go back upstairs, you go in this man's wallet, you go in this in his pants pocket, and this is what you take." And so that's what I did. And my first impression on money was, by any means necessary, we got to get it. That's what we need to survive. So it wasn't a good impression. It was a take. It was automatic. If I see money, I gotta have it. As a young age, as a young guy with no guidance, that's what I thought of money. And so as time went on, when we didn't have money, I watched my mom steal. We went in stores and we stood in front of her while she stole all different types of things. And so I early in life began to think of money as it's just money. It's a means of getting things that I need. And if I don't have money, then I'll steal. And so as years progressed, I always wanted to provide a good way to provide for my family, which was my mom and my brother. I wanted to take care of them. I was a man at an early age. At 4 years old, I was stealing. So as years went on, I started selling drugs. My very first real job was detasseling corn at the age of 12. And, I detassel corn, get up at like 5 o'clock every morning, go trucking down them wet fields with them leaves smacking you in the face, and you detasseling corn all morning. And so by the end of the week, I probably had like $150 check. And mom's was coming to get that check. So also that was to me, it didn't bother me. It was like my mom needed, you know what I'm saying? I did all that work for $150. I did something good. I did something good for my family, even though she may have used it for drugs or whatever. I didn't know. Then I finally was able to get a job at 13. I did tassel corn, and I had a job on a farm, and still wasn't bringing in much money. So, I hustled. I started selling drugs. When I was really able to get a work permit at the age of 15, I started working at Kroger. But then I used the selling drugs as like my little side hustle. And everything positive as far as money, it seemed like it worked. I didn't know that at an early age, but I know that now. Like, having a job at Kroger, that was good. But when I was selling drugs, I was getting robbed. It was just a whole bunch of stuff happening. and I was always in fights and in and out of jail. And that's just something that I realized, right now, just as even talking to you all. And like I said, this is therapy for me as well. But so my views on money was, it is what it is. I think I did learn at an early age that you have to work to get money. And so money just, I guess, really wasn't that important, but that's just the aspect of my life. That's just how I see money. And then there's people that, that come from money, where money is not an issue. There's people that may not have had the drive that I had to get up and go to work at an early age. I've been working ever since I was a kid, and I have not stopped. I might have had maybe a couple of periods where I didn't have a job, but I always had a hustle. So in that, me owning a business right now, and the people that come to me for jobs, I know the people that's going to be there, and I know the people that's not going to be there, and it's because I feel that people have the wrong thought process. I People come to me and say, I need some hours. I need to work, and they tell you how much they think they're worth, and when it comes down to it, they're not. They don't have the experience that would allow me to pay them that much. But people are so concerned with money that they don't understand it's about the work. See, when you think about money, you thinking about money is a stagnant position. You can think about money and getting rich all day long, but you can't get it by thinking about it. So I've never been the type of person that ever thinks about money. I think about the work that has to go into it. And so when you think about the work, when you think about, oh, I ain't got no money in my pocket, and you think about the work, you know what I'm saying? It'll motivate you to start thinking of things or different avenues or different means of getting more money, or thinking of another means of income. So that's my experience with money. And again, I think you not focusing on money and having a little bit of faith. When you're doing the right thing, and when you're surrounded by the right people, it might take a little time. I think I said in the beginning of this video that I think that it's appropriate for me to have this discussion because right now, it's the 7th or the 8th, and I have not paid my rent. And I'm not focused on, earlier today I was just like, whew, working. We've had some slow days on the truck, and I just got to dig down inside myself and for one, have patience. Because if I think about all the years that I stressed on money, and I didn't, and I wore myself out with stressing and worrying, all the years I took off my life, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to me to allow my days to be messed up worrying about how I'm going to pay my rent, or how I'm going to make a truck payment, or how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that. Bills are stacking up. But things always seem to work out. And I think with a little bit of faith, I think that one of the scriptures, it's a scripture in the Bible. I'm not a religious person by any means. I do believe in God, and I do believe that the God was written, inspired by God, written by man, but inspired by God. And I think that there's information in there, that all of the information in there is meant for us. The same anxiety that those men and people in Bible times had in their lives are the same anxieties that we have in our life. You just have to examine the scriptures to really understand it. But just with me having faith, it's provided that comfort. And there's a scripture, I don't know the exact scripture, but it says, one of the scriptures that really inspired me, that helped me to keep going and not worry, is that to not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow has its own anxieties. So don't worry yourself with, what am I going to do about tomorrow? What I'm going to do about this? What I'm going to do about that? And then there's another scripture that says, that when you have faith, God already knows what you need. He'll supply those needs. And so that doesn't mean that you sit around and you wait. You just sit around and wait and be like, oh, God's going to pay my rent. Nah, it takes work. And so when I think about money, I think about work. I think when you think about money, it causes anxiety, it causes stress. I think with social media and, you know, celebrities that have all this money and they live all these great lives, and us wanting those lives and people wanting those lives, I think it really affects the way that we process how to actually obtain our dreams, to obtain our goals, obtain the money that we want. Um, and so I just really, really think that that's important. I think that a lot of people focus on I need some money instead of focusing on I need to get to work, you know. And when you work, I worked ever since I was a little kid. When you work, you build yourself up that ladder, and people see that work. You don't have to brag on yourself. You don't have to say nothing. People will see your work. Um, the job that you've been putting in all this time in, and you feel like you ain't had no appreciation. Think about what's your work ethic? What's your attitude when you walked into the door? When you walked into work, what was your attitude? Did people see your attitude? Was you complaining? You know, I find it funny that people complain about the jobs that they signed up for. I go to restaurants all the time. I don't even like going to restaurants anymore because people get an attitude with you, and you like, I didn't ask you to be here. So I don't even really like to go to restaurants anymore because I think a lot of people have lost focus. Customer service means nothing. Food, presentation, things of that sort. This doesn't mean nothing nowadays, to me, in my opinion. I think that it still exists, but I think that we've lost that. And so part of me coming to you all and talking about money today is just to remind people that, we have to stay focused on the things that's gonna get us, that's gonna keep our process going, to keep things going. Whatever your dreams is, whatever you want to do, you can obtain them. You just have to have the right mindset. You have to be thinking about the right things. So if you go into anything and you're like, I need money, that's what I need money. Okay, yep, everybody needs money, but how you gonna get it? So I think that that's something that a lot of people that I've come in contact with have lacked. And I just thought that I'll speak on it. So work, that's how you obtain money. And a little bit of faith will also keep that comfort and that peace. When you get my age, almost hitting 40, you want peace. And I think about all the times that I worried and I stressed about money in different situations, and it didn't do anything for me. But when you start applying the things that you learn in life to your life and live those things and live, and your creator knows everything about you. So if you're not following his example, if you're not following what he's telling you to do, then you're going to always be lacking. Again, I'm not going to preach to y'all, but it's just a proven fact that your creator knows what's best for you. We put all our faith in everything in man and government. I know today's paper, it was one of the headlines, it's like the people were chanting to Trump, what are you going to do about some mass killings? And what are you going to do? But we put our faith in man, and we don't want to put the energy that we're attacking this man with. Not to say that Trump is some great person. I'm not advocating for Trump. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that, it all starts with us. It doesn't start with government. We are the ones that we have to change ourselves. We have to be an example to others. So be an example when it comes to money and money situations. Tell your kids, stop thinking about money. Quit thinking about that PlayStation. If you want it, go work for it. And work will bring you so many things, especially if you have passion behind your work. Not just work. Don't go to work just to work because you're just trying to get a paycheck. Do something for yourself to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Be good at it. If you're going to make a McDonald's sandwich, be the best McDonald's sandwich maker that you can be. And then, next thing you know, you probably be the CEO or you'll own a McDonald's. But have your mind right and your priorities set, and you'll never fail, I promise you. When you keep God at the forefront of your life, when you're sitting here on the 8th day, and I wonder, I'm like, gotta pay my rent. But I'm not worried. I have peace in my heart because I've always been able to pay my rent. With us hiring new people with the trucks and everything, it's put a financial strain on us. It's put a lot of financial strain on the business. And hey, I'm willing to meet any challenge that life brings because Say Cheese is my life, it's my passion, and I won't stop. I'm going to keep going. And I urge you all to do the same thing. I urge you all to, whatever you all want to do, whatever you want to create, your dreams, whatever, go for it. Go for it. But the last thing that you should be thinking about is money. You should be thinking about the work. I appreciate you all spending the time to listen to me. Some people may disagree, whatever. This is not the end all be. I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but this is for that poor person that's at home and ain't got no money in their pocket and they worried about how they gonna pay their bills. Patience, long suffering, diligence. Be humble, be grateful, be happy, no matter what, because you're still living. You got so many reasons to be happy. And so that's my message for today. If you all have any comments, disagreements, say anything, please feel free to share, comment, ask any questions. And on my next segment, I will definitely reply to any comments, any questions. Again, I appreciate you all. Peace and love. Have a good day.